CEWT Talk is a weekly 20-minute podcast brought to you by the Continuing Education Workforce Training Division of Idaho State University's College of Technology. This podcast is part of our continuing outreach efforts, and the format is conversation. We're having conversations with businesses, professionals, entrepreneurs, community agencies, and in all cases, difference makers. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud. So subscribe today. Take 20 minutes and hear from people living in your community who are making a difference in your community. It's time to get started with CEWT Talk. Hello, everyone. This is Jason Batalden with Continuing Education Workforce Training at Idaho State University, College of Technology. And Paul?
Yes.
I'm up here in Idaho Falls today. Is the sun shining in your neighborhood?
It is shining in my neighborhood. Finally, but yesterday it was shining, but it was outrageously cold yesterday, even though the sun was shining. That whole groundhog thing and 6 more weeks of winter. I'm kind of done with that. Done. I know we haven't had a lot of snow, but I want spring. I want spring, and I want happy faces, and I want flowers, and I just also. I want COVID over. Yeah, I want COVID over too.
I will tell you this. My patience for winter will be over March 1st.
March 1st, that's it?
Yep.
That's it?
Yep.
After March 1st, that, you don't want any more winter.
No, if winter's still here, it's a son of a gun. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm from New England.
Yeah.
And I can tell you right now, our winters actually last right up until April. It's sometimes into April. And it is, we have humidity, which is way different from here. So that humidity makes winter unbearable, and also it gets darker an hour beforehand than it does here. Yeah. It's just dark, miserable, cold, and lots of snow. Winters here are really refreshing compared.
Snowstorm, yeah. I don't know. The worst snowstorm I was ever in my life was April 17th. And when I say snowstorm, I say we had a 5-foot high chain link fence around our house. Uh-huh. You could you could go from our house to the neighbor's backyard without ever worrying about stepping over the fence. And that was an April snowstorm. So, but we're not here to talk about snowstorms, Paul.
Nope.
We're CEWT Talk. We do important work here, dang it.
We've got an agenda. We've got an agenda that we have to keep to.
That's right. And we have on the show today Jennifer Stevens. She is the center manager of Caption Call, which is located here in Idaho Falls, Idaho. And just in our little pre-warm-up conversation, Paul, I'm telling you, this is probably going to be one of the best podcasts we've had. This is going to be fun. Well, so with that being,
Jennifer's been delightful to talk to before the podcast.
That's right.
Let's see if that continues.
Let's put the pressure on her and see what happens. So Jennifer, I got to say the official magic word, and the official magic word is welcome.
Welcome.
And welcome.
Thank you. Thank you is my magic word. Thank you for.
So Jennifer, tell us, introduce yourself to our audience and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm Jennifer Stevens. I live in Idaho Falls. I've been in Idaho for about 2 years, and I'm actually a Montanan. But I really raised my family in Utah. So I've kind of been a few places, but definitely enjoyed being here in Idaho Falls. So, and 4 children.
Four kids.
4 girls. All girls.
All girls.
All girls.
Your husband must love that.
No gray hair, I don't think. Well, no. And I have 3 grandchildren and a 4th.
You do not. No way.
Let me get my wallet. I'll see you guys at 10 after the show.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Hey, just on a side note, does your family live close? Do your children live close by? Are they all grown up?
They are all grown up. I have 2 daughters in the St. George area and 1 daughter that's in Oregon.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's kind of, my 4 children are all grown up too. So, and I've got one son that lives in Oregon as well, and that's the only child with grandchildren. So I'm
Lots of trip to Oregon.
I'm disappointed in the rest, of course, but they're used to that. They're used to their dad's disappointment. I've been their dad longer than a minute. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, Paul, we didn't drop our jaw when he said all his kids were grown.
Right. No, it's the
I've met them.
It's the shiny bald head and the gray beard
I'm not shocked.
Most people, are just surprised when I walk in a room and I'm still alive. You're not dead yet?
So Jennifer, when we were talking prior to starting the recording for the podcast, you mentioned that you moved to Idaho Falls to open up an office for Caption Call.
Yes. Yep, I did.
So I have to admit, the podcast got scheduled. I was told to be here. I don't know what Caption Call is.
Oh my gosh. Let me tell you all about it. So we provide a service for people that are deaf or, have loss. And we have a special phone, and I can tell you a little bit more about that. But yeah, we connect people through communication 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So we're always here to serve our customers and make sure that they are connected with, whoever is calling them or whoever they are calling.
Oh, that's amazing. My position here at Continuing Education Workforce Training is I'm the video instruction manager, and I work heavily in creating also the workflow for our closed captionings for all our video content.
So you may have heard of Sorensen.
Sorensen. I think I have. What is that?
So Sorensen is our sister. We're sister companies, I guess you would say, and they do all of our video interpretation.
I have heard of them. Yeah. I have heard of them because, at one time when we were developing, trying to develop a workflow for closed captioning, we were trying to see, hey, should we try to outsource it? And in my research, I did find them. We do it in-house, but for a short time there, especially since now COVID, everyone hates that word. I hate that word. There's more video content being created on the university level. So that closed captioning has become more and more an essential part of what we do.
Yeah, it sure is.
So talk to me a little bit about, you said you were going to get more into how that works. So I don't want to, I'm scared, I guess, to ask this question a little bit. So in my day, there was what was it, TTY? Yeah, right, exactly. Right. In my day.
I'm sorry.
My day when you had to put a quarter in a phone booth. Right. To call your mama. Right?
It's not my fault.
But, so I guess when you say that, I was thinking of the TTY phones. Mm-hmm. Is that it? So that's my reference point when you say, so tell me how off base I am, or give me a little idea how this works.
I know what you're talking about, just that experience of there might be a delay where there's somebody in the middle that they are communicating with, and it comes back and forth. And so for us, it doesn't really work that way. For captioning agents, for Caption Call, there's no communication back and forth between our captioning agent and our customer. What we're doing is we're acting as the ears for our customer, and we're captioning everything we hear, and then our words turn into text on our customer's phone. And so just to kind of show you, this is kind of what our phone looks like, and you can see the website, but it's got just a really nice big screen. And once that is on, they can select different options, but they can even listen to their voicemail. We can caption that. So anytime, it's pretty amazing. Anytime our customers pick up that receiver we are instantly connected to them to serve them, whether they are making a phone call or whether they're receiving a phone call.
So it's an actual live person?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. So it's not an interpretation technology sort of interpreting and then it's an actual live person that is creating those captions on the go?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
I know. It's pretty amazing. And we also have an app as well. So customers can, have that service on the go. So if they're out and about and, they're stopping somewhere for a phone call, they can use our service on the go as well.
Wow.
Very cool.
So yeah, that is amazing. Cause I mean, I creating some closed captioning for just video, I know that's a tremendous amount of time and resource that you have to involve if you have a live person actually doing that. Also, I mean, the speed that they would have to create those captions, to not have too much downtime between one voice typing to the person reading.
Yes, exactly. So, our captioning agents, when they come to us, we do give them an assessment. We show them how we caption and we let them practice, and then they do have to pass, certain standards to be able to, move on from that point. So, yeah, you can definitely have some pretty fast phone calls. Right. The other night, and I'm just going to tell you, I never have really gotten into The Bachelor, but something happened the other night. And I know, Jason, I see your eyes.
Yeah.
I was cooking dinner and I just happened to come on and I got sucked in. And my daughter called me, and she actually works for Caption Call in another city. And so she was driving and I was captioning the Bachelor. Well, so she. So it was a good time.
That's a gift. Well, I'm assuming that, and again, going back to the most hated word that Paul mentioned, COVID, I'm assuming that this has impacted. It's impacted everyone's lives, and it's impacted the way people do business,
Yes.
So I can only assume that has had a tremendous impact on the way you guys do business, or even the volume you're doing.
Oh my gosh. It has been, it has made a huge impact, and our priority, we had a couple of priorities. One was to make sure that our customers, there is no change in them being able to, have those calls answered and make those calls. A difficult time for them to be, isolated and not be able to see family members, not be able to see grandkids for going on, 15 months now. And it's been so hard. And so, we quickly rallied as a company and made a plan, got a lot of equipment, and we have moved 50% of our employees to working at home.
Wow.
And so that, it's taken a lot of work, but that has really opened up more avenues as well. So now we are, opening up a lot more remote locations. And so, for example, Pocatello, Paul, you're in Pocatello. We have we're remote in Pocatello now. And so that's just continuing to expand. And so, our service for our customers is all over the United States. And the remote areas and our centers, you can always kind of look on our website if you're, looking for a job or anything like that, and kind of see where we are at. So,
well, and that leads me to, I would imagine because of people social distancing or not visiting people as often, that phone call is probably a larger way that they're connecting with people. So has that created more demand for your service during this COVID time period?
That's a great question. It really has. We're always busy, but we've definitely been extra busy. And so, but you know what? We've kept up with it. And that has been amazing. We have just continually, we pivot anytime something changes, and we make sure that, number one, our customer, that we're there for them. And so, yeah.
So you had mentioned earlier that you moved to Idaho Falls just 2 years ago to open up this center. So what was I'm curious, as you have this national presence, you serve customers nationally. What the center? What does this center do? Help me understand that process of that a little bit too.
So our center here, we have cubicles,
right,
for our captioning agents to work in, and we have, since the pandemic has hit, we have really made sure that we've got 6 feet apart. We've closed our stations so that we're making sure that we're providing a safe environment, and we've just got a great culture here as well. So when you in, you can definitely feel the great culture that we have.
Right on. And so, I'm going to steal a little bit from the beginning in our pre-show. You've been knocking it out of the park up here, haven't you?
You know what?
Go ahead. It's all right, Jennifer. It's all right. You can say it.
Yes, we have.
Very good.
And it's just been amazing to bring so many opportunities to Idaho Falls. Mm-hmm. I try not to cry when I say that, but it really, and I can cry, bring on a Hallmark ad. Oh yeah. But yeah, we really, it's been pretty amazing.
So, you mentioned before that you've taken a lot of your people and switched them to work remotely. How have you noticed any change in productivity? How has that affected your business? Because again, we're working remotely part-time, and we've had that issue where communicating with our team is a little more difficult. We've all are now in this Zoom environment. So I don't know how that actually has affected your business.
Yeah, that's kind of an area too where we've just continued to pivot and make adjustments and, learning, like I'm sure you have, you go, we found a better way to do it. And so, we've got, equipment out to our captioning agents, cameras so that, we can meet with them and have that connection, because that is so important to feel that connection, with those that you work with. So we've really tried to, get creative with that. And I think another thing, that has been another area where we've pivoted is, when you don't have that face-to-face time, and, it's how do you show your employees you appreciate them, and how do you keep that connection and that morale up? And so, we've tried to do different, fun activities, things where they'll take a picture and send it in, or, it might be a dress-up day or a coloring contest or employee appreciation day. Like I'll work with, Pick Me Up or, something like that, and, have them have a cookie and a drink ready for employees. And so it's just, there's been a lot of different ways we've had to really get creative, and we continue to tweak and we continue to get better and better at it.
It sounds like you're kind of doing that on both sides, right? Because that's the service that you're providing to your customers, how to keep them connected, how to keep them engaged, and to make sure that their experience is, I don't know what the language you guys would use, but is natural and as it possibly can in those communications. And now that's the same kind of goal that you're trying to do with your remote employees, right? Make it feel as natural as possible so that the productivity and the creativity still work.
Yeah, you're so right. Yep, exactly.
I would imagine that you're also changing lives there, because you have people who are hearing impaired that want to reach out and stay connected to people, and maybe they didn't know about your service, and then they discover it, and they have this whole new way of staying in communications with their loved ones.
Yeah. I have to can I share a little story with
Please, we love stories.
You guys are so fun. Let's do a podcast every day.
Okay. Hey, we do. We love it. We'd love it.
So I had a really great opportunity about, it was just really pre-COVID, where I was able to go to a customer's home here in Idaho Falls and watch the process of them getting a phone installed. So we have installers all over the United States as well. And so our customer was 100% deaf, and she had 2 of her daughters there. And so once the phone got installed and the installer, tried to explain everything to the customer, the daughters wanted to take turns calling their mom. Now, again, I'm holding down my emotions because
let it go.
It was really, it was really an emotional. It was really emotional to watch that because you put yourself in either of their shoes. The daughters have been yelling and pronouncing and writing things down, and they really have not been able to have a conversation without that stress,
Yeah.
And then same for the mom, so hard to imagine, not being able to hear and to see the faces and the frustration of someone trying to communicate with you, right? And so, gosh, when that phone got installed, it was really a neat thing to watch, that they were able to take turns. One went out in the hall and the other one called, and then they just kind of switched.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
That is a great story.
Isn't that neat? And, and I asked our senior vice president of operations, actually, her mom got connected with our service as well. And she said, it's just been so wonderful for her mom to no longer be isolated, and really, the phone has really allowed her to have that independence back. You think about all the little things, calling to make a hair appointment, calling the bank, whatever it might be. And you can't do that. And so we have a lot of customers that have hearing aids, and they can actually hear better on our phone. And so, we've got our phone is actually set up in many audiologist offices throughout the United States. So they can kind of actually see the phone and see how it works and everything.
Wow.
Okay.
So there's a wide range of clients or customers that you serve.
Yes, there is.
From the totally impaired to limited impairment.
Yes. And life, the curveballs that can come up, right?
Oh, right.
I actually, last year, I was down at one of the, oh my gosh, is it the Bees baseball game in Idaho Falls? The
Chuckers.
Why did I say bees? I don't know why.
You're from Utah, but we won't talk about that.
Be in big trouble. Can you delete that part? Delete.
Yeah, you're right. Well, yeah, that's okay. We're good.
Nothing happened.
No,
but the Checkers, and I was set. I had a caption call table set up over there, and at a game, and there was a young girl. She was, I don't know, close to around her 20s, and is one of our customers, and was so excited to come and see us, to actually, see someone on the other end.
Wow.
Of what she sees on her calls. So there are just so many, someone could have a car accident and lose their hearing. It could be from age. It could be, a million things. So,
right on. So I don't know if you heard it. Did you hear the timer, Jennifer?
I think I did. I just
Yeah.
I think I heard a timer.
So that means I segue by saying, "Hey Jennifer, if someone wants to reach out to you and either looking for a job or they're need your service, how would they contact you?"
Honestly, there's a couple of ways that would be the best resources is just go to our website, captioncall.com, and you can see, you can find out information about the service. You can look at all the different career opportunities and locations for that. And another way too is just follow us on social media. That way, if there happens to be a hiring event in your area, you can see what's going on or share it. And we would love to, help you get connected, whether that's with, our service or with a job.
Right on. Nice. So when you say social media, do you mean like Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook. Yep.
Okay. Are you guys on Instagram too?
We are.
Okay. Yes. Excellent.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm assuming because this center here in Idaho Falls is doing so awesome, and we can see why, Jennifer. We get what the motivation behind that, but you guys are hiring. Are you?
We are hiring. Yes, full time, part time. We have great benefits. 401k.
Excellent.
All right. So if someone hears this podcast and or watching the podcast and thinks that maybe a loved one or a friend or a family member could definitely benefit from the service, please check out that website, and we'll have it in the links. We'll have it linked in the descriptions below. So, Jennifer, I can't tell you how it was a joy. So let me tell you. Let me tell you the Sweet Talk rules here. Oh, look at that. There it is.
I heart you guys.
We heart you back.
So here's, we just discovered a new rule, or we just made up a new rule here at Sweet Talk. Once you've been on the show twice, then you're eligible for hosting responsibilities. So we need to get you on the show one more time. And then next thing you know, well, I think it's because they're secretly trying to get rid of Paul and I. No. We came up with this idea. We're going to go down with this idea.
Yeah, I know.
We're going down together.
It was a true delight to have you on the show today.
It was. Thank you so much.
Oh my gosh. This was so fun. I cannot do enough for the opportunity. It was great.
Very cool. So if you are listening to the show or watching the show, as always, check out our website, cetrain.isu.edu. That is cetrain.isu.edu.
And what's that phone number?
Yeah, Paul, I knew you were going to test me. 208-282-3372. And Jennifer, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.